Hello and welcome or welcome back to Meditation for the Racial Justice Journey. I'm glad that you're with me today. Today we're going to focus on the breath. This quote is attributed to Barbara Brown Taylor, who is a minister. And she says, "We breathe air that circulated in the rainforests of Kenya and in the air that turned yellow with sulfur over Mexico City. We breathe the same air that Plato breathed, and Mozart and Michelangelo. Every time we breathe, we take in what was once some baby's first breath or some dying person's last." So, as we think about the continuity of breath and the connection that we have with our breath, I just thought it would be nice to focus on the breath in our meditation today. So what we're going to do is just breathe. You can use a mantra that is breath or breathe or air. You can simply focus on how the breath feels going in and out of your body. You can count your breaths, maybe counting 1 to 10 and then back down to 1, just counting your breaths with an inhalation and an exhalation being 1. But just to focus on the breath in whatever way is comfortable for you. This is going to be a little bit of a shorter meditation because sometimes it's a little bit difficult, especially if people have just started to meditate, to kind of focus on the breath for a long period of time. But it's also an opportunity to practice detaching from our thoughts. So you're absolutely going to have thoughts. And simply acknowledge them. Okay, that's a thought. And come back to the breath or come back to your mantra, come back to your counting, whatever you were doing to focus on the breath. So before we get started, I just want to, before we settle, I want to just take a moment to acknowledge and to express gratitude to every person who took their last breath in the fight for racial justice. And just dedicate our breathing and our meditation to all of those people through all of the years today. All right, so let's get settled in. Get into your comfortable position and just start to feel your eyes soften and your jaw and your neck soften, just holding your head in that perfect position where it feels effortless, and feeling your shoulders just fall away from your ears, feeling yourself actually sitting or laying down in whatever is supporting you, feeling your body connect to your seat, feeling your feet on the ground or wherever they are. Just feeling your body just kind of getting heavy, allowing gravity just to allow you to sink in. And now just starting to focus on the breath. We are going to take a couple of deep breaths in before we just start breathing naturally. So a deep breath coming all the way from your belly up through your ribs, rib cage into your lungs, and then a nice slow breath out through your mouth. And let's do that again. A nice deep breath in, all the way from your belly into your lungs. And out through your mouth. And now just relaxing into a nice, comfortable breathing pattern. And this is where you're going to just start focusing on the breath. So whether you want to use a mantra and just with the in-breath, you could even have in, out, or just breathe as your mantra, or breath. Or simply notice the breath. As those thoughts come to your mind, say, okay, a thought. And then just bring your attention back to the breath. Keeping the eyes soft, keeping the mouth soft, keeping the shoulders relaxed and the body relaxed. Just focusing on the breath. Not forcing the breath, not breathing in any particular way, just letting the breath come. Knowing that you're breathing in, knowing that you're breathing out. It doesn't matter how many times you have a thought and have to bring yourself back to the breath. Every time you bring yourself back, that's an opportunity just to be in that state of mindfulness. Coming back to the mantra, if you have one, coming back to the breath, coming back to the counting of the breath. Sitting in gratitude for the breath. Not taking for granted that we can breathe, that we have breath. Checking in on the eyes, making sure that they're soft, and a soft jaw. Keeping the shoulders relaxed. Keeping the body relaxed, the hips and the thighs. Coming back to the breath. You can't do this wrong. You can't mess this up. There's no perfection in this. It just is. This is just about being, allowing yourself to be, not to do, just be, just breathe. Just notice the breath. And now we're going to start bringing our attention back to our space. You may want to move your ankles around or your toes, move your wrists and your fingers, move your shoulders a little bit. And slowly, when you're ready, open your eyes if they were closed. Bring your attention back to the room. Sometimes it's a little bit more difficult, or we feel like it's a little bit more difficult when instead of being guided through a meditation just to focus on the breath. But it really is an opportunity just to help your mind. It's exercising that muscle, helping your mind just to detach from thoughts and just to focus on the breath. It's a good exercise every now and then. And it just reminds us that this gift that we have of breathing, the ability to breathe, we think about all the people who have been on ventilators lately and have needed help breathing. You know, if we're able to do that on our own, it's such a gift. So thanks for being with me, no matter the weather. Carry the beauty of the day and the beauty of your breath with you. Hope to see you again, and until then, be well.